It's the Linemakers on Sporting News.
As always, folks, we thank you for stopping by sportingnews.com. I'm Brian Blessing. I am one very happy Linemaker hanging out at the South Point Casino because the National Hockey League is about to return. I've missed it dearly, mad at both the owners and the players, but from a betting perspective, I have long maintained it's the best sport to wager on. The odds makers don't have a clue what to do with this sport. Now, there are going to be some very distinct wagering opportunities for us in the early stages of what is going to be a 48-game schedule. They're only going to play teams within their own conference. Eastern Conference teams will not see a Western Conference team until the Stanley Cup Finals. But what's going to happen? There'll be such a contracted schedule. Teams that have very good backup goalies will fare very well because there are going to be a lot of situations, 3 games in 5 nights, 4 games in 6 nights. You're going to need a very good backup goaltender to be successful. You can't afford a 5-game losing streak. You can't afford a slew of injuries. There's no room for error in a very shortened schedule. Now, we'll get much more specific for you once the games get up and running, but I would think in the early stages of the season, the under would be the way to go. These players, no training camp, not working together. Passing will probably be pretty shoddy and the play might be a little bit ragged. The under will probably be the way to go, I'd say, for the first 3 weeks of the season. There are going to be great, compelling stories in the NHL this year. How about Sidney Crosby's health? Minnesota, the Wild, went wild in free agency with Parisi and Suter. Can that put them over the top? How about the LA Kings, a team that got in at the 11th hour last year and went crazy and got into the playoffs and went on and won the Stanley Cup in dominant fashion. But be wary, especially in a shortened season, of the Stanley Cup hangover. I'll be fading the Kings for sure in the first month of the season. And then Rick Nash will be playing with the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden in the Big Apple. What kind of impact might he have? Probably looking at Pittsburgh and Vancouver, the respective favorites in both conferences. But the bottom line is we are very close to the return of the National Hockey League, and we'll keep you covered right here. The Linemakers on Sporting News.